My name's Adam. This is my demo for tinyFS. Let's get started. First thing we do is create a new disk. We mount it, and then we open up a file. We try to open it again. That returns -4 because we can't open a file that's already opened. And then we close it, which returns 0. And then we open it again, which returns 1, which is the file descriptor. So all that is good. This is going to be the blocks in order in our disk. First block is the inode. The inode is going to have our magic number. It's going to have the address of our root inode directory, which is 1. And then it's going to have any occupied blocks after that are marked with a 1 if they're occupied and a 0 if they are not occupied. So we have a 1 for our inode for our new file and the data block for our new file. And this is the one. This is the root inode directory. All it has is 1 byte for the address of the inode and the name of our new file, which is test1. And so the address is 2. So we go to 2. We look at our inode. This is the name. This is some inode identification, and then the rest is date, time stuff. The 27th byte is always going to be the size in terms of blocks, and the blocks after that are going to be the addresses of data blocks. Okay, we're going to write to test1, hello world, and then we're going to open a new file called test2, and then we're going to, after we open our second file, we're going to write to the first file again, this is fun, which is going to overwrite our hello world. So we're kind of performing 2 writes here, but since the file pointer is not going to move, it's just going to overwrite itself. And then we're also going to write to our test2 hello world. Okay, so let's do that. Test2 gets added to our root inode directory. This is going to be the data block for test1. We get this is fun, which is great. Our inode for test2, we see it says test2 right here. And then we see it says hello world in test2. Nice. This is going to be the address of our data block, which is 5, which makes sense. And this is going to be the size in terms of blocks. Next thing we're going to do is remove file2. So we should see the data blocks are removed in our Superbock. It's test2. Sorry, this is the Superbock. No more data blocks for test2. And test2 is also no longer in my root inode directory. And then these blocks are empty now. Now we're going to open a new file, test3, and we're going to write to it, say, I hope this works. Let's see. We have, I hope this works written here. So this is kind of like overwritten test2. We see the Superbock has now allocated these bytes. All right. And let's see, let's run seek on test1. And we're going to seek to 250, which is, whoa, sorry. We're going to seek to 250, which is going to be like the end of our data block. And then we're going to writing to the end of test1. And so this is going to kind of like it's going to overshoot 1 block and it's going to have to allocate itself to another block. So this is why we have reading block 6 with kind of like the end of writing to the end of test1. So if we go to our data block for test1, which is right here, we see this is fun, which we already had, and we see the beginning of writing at the addresses 251 to 255, and then it continues right here at address 0 on block 6. Nice. Changing test1 name to foo. Let's see. We go to our root inode directory, should be here. We don't have test1 anymore. We have foo, and we also have our inode for test1 is now, it says foo. So we can call tfs read directory. It's going to read foo and it's going to read test1, which is the only files in our disk right now. And then we are going to read the first 10 bytes of test1, which is actually now foo. We're going to read the file descriptor. And then we get this is fu, which is the beginning of this is fun right here. And then we're also going to read the creation time. So we got, for the first file, we have Friday, March 11th, 11 a.m., which is right now. And the third file is null because this feature is still in beta. But yeah, that's it.